everyone, it's Darkseeker here again. Welcome back for another video. Now, today we are playing Aggro Druid on the Wild Mode ladder. You're going to have to excuse my voice a little. I have a cold, I think, so my voice is a bit heavy, so apologies for that. Anyway, so Aggro Druid. I've played Aggro Druid before, and in previous versions that I've played, I've taken a great liking to Cryptlord, which was a taunt with high health, and as you play more minions onto the board, its health increases. Towards the end of the game, you play Crazed, Alchemist, and then Savage Raw, and you win the game. So this version of Aggro Druid does not have Cryptlord, which fascinates me because I saw it as a really important card. It's stopping aggro, you know, because of the high health, and then if you get it to stick, that Crazed Alchemist could, you know, and the Savage Raw can just turn games around instantly and win you games instantly. So I'm just curious, you know, no Cryptlord in this deck, but instead you have Corridor Creeper, which is, you know, on first assumptions, first looks, not a great card. 7 costs 5/5, but of course, as minions die on the board, Corridor Creeper becomes cheaper in your hand, and a lot of people are looking at Corridor Creeper and saying it's your new Dr. Boom, it's your new overpowered card that swings games, and I would tend to agree with that. So the only problem with Corridor Creeper, 5 health, it's vulnerable to Dragonfire Potion, so if you're going up against priests, it's probably going to die on turn 6. Anyway, let's have a look at this deck in action on the Wild Mode ladder. Aggro Druid has always been a solid deck to ladder up with quickly because games are very quick. You know by turn 4 or 5 if you're going to be winning or losing, usually. So we're going to start off against another Druid.
Nature must be preserved.
Okay, so Dire Mole. 1 costs 1/3. I quite like that. I'm going to keep Finley because Finley has 3 health. I like 3 health. Getting a Finley and a Dire Mole down early, buffing them up, is pretty strong. Of course, we have no buff effects in our hand. And usually in the mulligan, you'd probably want to keep one of your buff effects.
My greetings.
But this is fine. We'll get the board presence going, and then we'll buff. You saw me contemplate Finley there. Decided not to play Finley because I don't think there's a need at the moment. I don't think there's a need. At the moment, I value my Druid hero power for the time being. I value the ability to be able to, you know, armor up for 1 and gain 1 attack power to be able to snipe down a low health minion. I value that. With Finley, yes, it's great to be able to choose from hero powers, but, you know, you just don't know what you're going to get, right? Obviously, when you're low on cards, you're looking for the Warlock hero power, for instance. However, maybe it's time that we just play Finley, because there's the Hunter hero power, and that's actually really good, because now my strategy is going to change a little bit. I'm going to try and aggro him down. He's very, very slow. I presume he's some kind of Jade Druid, so he's going to be wanting to ramp up and play the slow game. Maybe I can take advantage of that and just burst him down. And the Hunter hero power is going to be really, really good at doing that. This board is also pretty good against Swipe because Haunted Creeper survives. Sure, 2 minions die, but the Creeper survives. Corridor Creeper is getting cheaper. And this is the power of Druid. Aggro Druid, rather. They clear 1 part of your board, you just refill. But notice something. I'm not committing those living roots.
Do you hear its call?
Oh, it's Cthulhu Druid, of course. I'm not committing living roots to the board. I could have coined it out. The reason is I'm waiting for buff effects, and also living roots can give me lethal. It's 2 damage to the face that he won't see coming, he will not expect. So there is no reason for me to overcommit. We're also scared of a second copy of Swipe. Okay. That 3/4 is pretty annoying. But do we care? Do we care? Yeah, we do care. This is pretty good. So we kill the minion, and we still have significant board presence. And now he's down to 16. Pretty good. This second copy of Living Roots, I'm determined for it to get me some kind of surprise lethal. Along with the Hunter Hero Power, that's 4 damage. So, oh wow, Starfall. So, good thing that I didn't commit that second copy to the board. We would have been sad. Mark of Yasharaj, really good here. Corridor Creep is a beast. That never really occurred to me. If he has another board clear, then we'll just play Living Mana next turn.
The Feast of Souls begins now.
Interesting. Just 1 copy of the Twin Emperor there. We don't have any kind of lethal on this board, but maybe now we just commit Living Mana. So we have a 4 damage burst potential from Living Roots plus the hero power. He'd need to clear the board and armor up to survive, and no. His deck, sadly, was just too slow.
Well played.
Yeah, so I was pretty pleased with how that game went. The Hunter Hero Power helped massively. Okay, we're going up against a warrior. Now, at this low rank, I'm going to assume it's Pirate Warrior. So, keeping a taunt in your mulligan I think is really important. But most importantly, we have a taunt, we have Living Roots, and we have a buff. So, we have ways of putting roadblocks down to the board. We have ways of sniping down minions with the 2 damage from Living Roots. And we have ways of buffing our minions. So, I'd say that with this hand, we're in a pretty good position against Pirate Warrior. At least to start the game off with. Oh, here's a double haha, of course. But look at this. He's having to throw 2 of them, both of those minions, into my taunt. That is a significant investment. I'm happy with that. And there's our buff. Okay. So what do we do here? We can play 2 minions. We can play the Mole. And we can play the Raven. It's fine. There were other things I could have done. Living Roots, Mark of the Lotus? No, that wouldn't... I don't know. I just like setting up the Mole because I feel he's going to ignore it. Yeah, and he is going to ignore it. But still, that taunt is very, very awkward. 3 attack, 3 health. Okay, I think this lets me go as wide as possible on the board, and I'm going to bump because I need to kill that 3 attack 3 health taunt. At the very least I can hero power next turn and snipe it down. But anyway, how much of our board is going to survive? Assuming he will trade his Corsair into my 2/3. That's the assumption. So we'll have 1 minion surviving, in theory. Unless he has a charging minion here. Big going face. Wow. He's actually going face. So, in these kind of games, yes, I understand his strategy. Oh, that's smart. I understand his strategy. He feels, with the Spellbreaker, he now feels he has control of the board. Because he now feels he has a more significant advantage with his minions. That 4-3 is significant compared to my minions. So I guess going face was, well, reasonable. The thing is, if you leave anything up for a druid, they can just play more stuff and buff, and then they can swing back onto the board. So look, I can play my entire hand and buff the board. Alternatively, I can hero power here. And go super wide on the board. And then I'll buff next turn. And when I buff next turn, I'll probably combo the buff with another minion that I draw. So the advantage then goes back to me. So it swings and roundabouts against other aggro decks. Will he trade? Will he trade here? He is trading. Interesting. And actually targeting the 1-2. Huh. No, me no trade. Me pirate warrior. Me aggressive. Yeah, no trading there. He wants me to do the trading. And again, I understand the strategy. He's looking to draw into big weapons like Arcanite Reaper, and he'll just start hitting my face. So he wants to get me down as low as possible. And I'm going to take healing. Now, this is flexible. It's better than taking the armor because I can be very flexible with what I heal. I can target minions. With the armor up effect, it just affects my heroes. So that's why I picked the healing. And actually, healing my face for 2 every turn is probably going to guarantee me the victory over the warrior. But how do I trade here? How do I trade? Because I need to trade. I can't just go face. Okay, so we have 3 minions on board. They're not the 3 biggest minions. They're not the 3 baddest minions. They are 3 honest minions who, well, will do some trading if needed. Interesting. Again, that strategy of do as much damage as is humanly possible. And playing Jeeves there for me is a big risk, because if I can't kill him on my next turn, he will draw 3 cards. He'll play out his hand. He'll draw 3 cards, and he could draw into lethal. For instance, you know, he could draw into Arcanite Reaper with Heroic Strike and other shenanigans. So Jeeves is a risk. But his turn here is quite slow. Oh, okay, fair enough. And who knows, maybe with all those buff effects, maybe I would have had lethal, maybe I'd have drawn into lethal. I didn't even count. But that feels good. Okay, let's look at one final game. It's against a priest. Now, priests are looked at as sort of, you know, a premier tier 1 class right now, in standard and in 1. And against aggro decks, the chances are they have board clears for days. This is wild mode, ladies and gentlemen, and therefore Reno Jackson is a thing. And turn 6 Reno will win them the game. So my strategy here is to basically kill him quickly. I need to kill him before the AoEs cripple me, before Reno cripples me. His strategy is to remove as much damage from the board as possible. And that's really good. Essentially, the Warlock hero power is unlimited cards for me. I'll just keep tapping until I find lethal. So yes, his strategy is to remove as much damage from the board until he gets to Reno or his big board clears. And Shadow Visions now is going to guarantee a board clear. I guarantee it. He's probably got Dragonfire Potion now, ready and waiting for turn 6. So now I have to think, how much do I commit? Yes, I want to burst him down before Reno, but if I know a board clear is coming, how much do I commit? Can I afford to be conservative with my plays? With my minions on board? Can I afford to hold back? Or can I assume that the choices given to him by Shadow Visions were poor? That's really slow. Really slow for him. His health total is already suffering. 4, 6, I mean, it's not lethal. I mean, I have a buff. I have Living Roots. It's close. Because I have Mark of Yasharaj. We're very, very close to lethal. Okay. Holding back the Living Roots, not committing it, hoping that maybe it'll give me a surprise lethal. And that was a misplay. He forgot the 3 damage. Hey, not that it matters, right? Not that it matters, because now it's a race for me to kill him. Corridor Creeper is great value here, but I think I can tap. I think this is fine. Again, I was contemplating saving the roots to do 2 damage to his face, but no, I think this is better. Just getting board presence down. Of course. Dragonfire into Light Bomb. Oh dear. And do you know... Oh god, that's good. So, what is keeping me in this game is that Warlock hero power, that ability to tap. And this time, I'm summoning a Panther rather than buffing the board. I'm saying, hey, look, if you can clear 2 of my minions, Savage Roar gives me the potential for lethal. Oh, bloody hell. So, Dragonfire, 3rd AoE. And we're struggling here now. But look, oh god, that's good. The tap. The tap is really helping here. Now look, double Savage Roar. That's 4 damage just from my hero charging phase. Does the minion survive? No. So he's avoiding lethal once again. Okay, now 2 minions down. One of those minions is very sticky. So surely now it's going to be lethal for us. Surely. If he plays Reno, we're screwed. Okay, he's looking for Reno. Wow. He's dead, right? He's dead. So, double Savage Roar is what's winning us this game. And I have to, I'm sorry, I have to emote there. It's just, it's cruel, but it's so funny at the same time. Yeah. I felt I got quite lucky there, just having double Savage Roar on hand. But then I think me getting double Savage Roar countered his, well, it balanced out his good luck with 3 AoEs that crippled my board. Anyway, so this aggro deck, which I found on the Tempo Storm website, Tempo Storm, the meta snapshot is reasonable. I think it gives you a good starting point to look at what decks are considered tier 1 or tier 2. But I think for wild mode, I think there are better sources of information or other sources of information that you can also go to support your research. I think the wild Reddit threads are pretty good, and there's other places too. So what do I think of this deck? as you saw, it was effective. I mean, the comeback against... I call it a comeback against the priest because he as I say, he crippled us with those AoEs. The comeback against the priest was pretty amazing. So you've seen this deck go up against a variety of other decks in the meta. I mean, okay, Cthulhu Druid's not really a thing, but at early ranks, yeah, you do meet Cthulhu Druids, I guess. But you saw it match up well against Pirate Warrior in this video, and you saw it take down that priest, that Reno priest. So, yeah, it's a good deck. But yes, I still miss Cryptlord, because it is one of my favourite cards, and if we were including Cryptlord in this deck, what would you cut? If you were including Crazed Alchemist in this deck, what would you cut? It feels like the inclusion of Corridor Creeper has pushed out Cryptlord a little bit. I don't know. I mean, Mark of Yashraj. Is that a card that we should still include in this deck? How much work does it do? I mean, yes, Corridor Creeper is a beast, so it's another target for Mark of Yashraj. But sometimes you don't have any beasts to put down, and that mark can be pretty, not saying worthless, but it loses its effectiveness. So there are some questions there on Mark of Yashraj. It hasn't always got me the full value that it should get me. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. When I last checked, we're at 990. So if we can hit that milestone of 1,000, then I'll be doing a couple of massive pack giveaways for my subscribers. So that's something to look forward to as we head through the month of January. So do take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun.